Hi everyone, this is Alec from AJ Farms, and today I'm here to show you how to prune a tomato plant. So there's two main reasons why you'd want to prune your tomato plants. One, and as you can see this is why I'm pruning mine, the leaves can start dying off and getting diseased and yellowed, so you want to do it for the health of the plant. And the second reason is to kind of control the shape or the size of the plant. Now, when you're controlling the size of the plant, you want to make sure that you have an indeterminate variety because those will grow indefinitely as long as you have warm enough weather. So you can use that to control the size so they're not too bushy or not too tall. If you have a determinate plant, which is usually more sauce tomato types, but you want to check your seeds or your plants first, you don't want to control the shape as much because they will only grow to a set size. So you want to give them as much of their branches as possible in order to let them grow. So I'm going to zoom in closer and show you how I prune these plants. So you can see this very sad looking branch right here. I'm going to take it off. What I'm going to do with my, what I like to call happy snips, they're just plant pruners, is come as close to the bases of the plant as possible, or the base of that stem, and just snip it off. Now the big thing you want to be careful of is you do not want to compost these branches. You want to either throw them away, or if you live in an area where you can do this, you want to burn them. Because they're already showing signs of disease, they could disease your entire compost pile, which means that would spread to your plants in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and prune this plant and show you what it looks like when I'm done. So I went ahead and pruned all of the plants on this side. As you can see, there's not as many dead leaves or dying leaves or yellow anymore, which is great because those can travel up the plant and make it sick. The other thing I did, which is more obvious on this side, is I took off a lot of the branches that were on the bottom 6 inches to almost a foot, and especially any branches that were touching the ground. You do not want your tomato leaves touching the ground because that can also spread a lot of disease. So this is how you would prune your plants if you want to control the growth or control the disease spreading and make sure they stay healthy. To prune them for size, there's something a little bit different that you can do that I'm not going to do on these Roma tomato because they are labeled as determinate even though they're kind of a semi-determinate. So for that, I'm going to go to my slicing tomatoes. One thing I did forget to mention as we're moving over to a new bed is that in between different plants, you want to be sure to sanitize your pruners. Whether you're using scissors, shears, or whatever, you want to dip them in a very diluted bleach solution. I believe it's 1 part bleach to 10 parts water. I'll have to double check that, but I believe that's correct. That way you can kill any diseases or bacteria or whatever pathogens may be on your shears, so they won't infect a different plant if there is something wrong with the plant that you were just working on. But now that we're on to the beefsteak, you can see this is a very bushy airflow in there, because airflow is your tomato plant's best friend. Airflow helps to reduce disease, it helps to prevent stagnant moisture sticking around that can cause all sorts of issues. So in order to do that, we're going to be pruning what are called suckers. So if I can zoom in and find one, I'm going to show that to you right now. So I'm on a different plant, and this may be a little bit hard to see, but I wanted to show you a better picture of what a sucker looks like. So you have areas like this where your tomato branches between a stem and a leaf shoot. And in between that, so right where this new stem is coming through, this right here is a sucker. And if you want to control how bushy your plants get and control how much energy they use, what you can do is either clip them, or what I like to do is just break them off. So now you have a sucker and then a clean area where it's not going to produce a huge shoot, because these tiny suckers get huge. They will, I mean, they can easily each be 5, 6, 7+ feet tall. But the thing is, with these suckers, you don't actually just have to throw them away, because even though it's healthy, you don't want to compost this either. You don't really want to compost any of your tomato plant. Oh, and it looks like this has some aphids on it, so I will be definitely getting rid of this. But what you can do is actually propagate these, and if they have aphids, just wash them off. You can propagate them, and I'll be showing you how to do that in a different video. But I'm going to go through and prune out that beefsteak plant so that I can get a little bit better airflow and grow a lot healthier. So this plant is all pruned up. I'm not sure if you can tell how much I took off, but you can see the center of the plant a lot better. Each branch has some airflow, and it really needed it because there's also bugs going everywhere. So now I can actually get in there and spray it, and that will get a chance to evaporate off, but the oil, I usually use neem oil, will stay on there. But that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something today. And if you want to see some more updates, be sure to follow us on Instagram at AJ Farms. Other than that, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.